Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. So we have a lot of EV sales numbers from the automakers in the US in the Kelley Blue Book report. And you might have heard that the competition is coming for Tesla and Tesla sales are down. But when we look at the numbers, the story looks very different. The story of the competition that is coming has not changed for over a decade, but Tesla continues to embarrass the legacy automakers, and now you can add the Cybertruck to the list. And yes, Tesla might be down 5% in the US, but compared to some of the other guys, it is nothing. Well, some of the big boys have seen their EV sales in 2024 been cut in half. Well, that's awkward. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So even though the US is behind in the EV sales, they are still moving in the right direction. If we zoom out a bit, total US sales of pure EVs in 2019 was 240,000 units. In 2024, it was 1.3 million. This is an increase of 441% in just 5 years. And Tesla was, of course, the best-selling EV brand with 633,000 units. Number 2 was Hyundai Kia Group with 117,000 units, so the South Koreans outsold both GM and Ford in the US in 2024. But Mary, you said you were leading in EVs. Funny how that has not been the case even back when you said it, and now the Koreans has even overtaken you. That's awkward. But GM was number 3 with 114,000 units, Ford number 4 with 98,000 units, BMW number 5 with 52,000 units. And then we had Rivian with 51,000 units, and in the Volkswagen group, so Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi with 46,000 units. And then we have all the Japanese not having that much, and Mercedes at the bottom as well with only 27,000 units, but at least that is almost 3 times as many EVs than Lucid that only delivered 10,000 units. But Lucid has become the live illustration of prototypes are easy, production is hard. They have a very nice prototype, but don't really seem to be able to produce many. Even though Peter, the CEO, has said that Tesla was the only one that experienced production hell. Well, Peter, you have produced an order of magnitude fewer cars than what you promised just back in 2021. So what do you call that if not production hell? Demand hell? But anyway, we can also take a look at this chart from Roland and see that 2024 was not the year the competition came for Tesla. But look, Tesla's Model Y and Model 3 are down. Yes, but the Model Y is still selling more than 7 times as many units as the next best non-Tesla EV. There is just no competition for Tesla in the US, none whatsoever. But Tesla is down in the US. Yes, 5%. That's it. You can look at Volkswagen if people want to see someone that does not sell many EVs in the US to begin with, but they are also down 52% in 2024 in the US market. Their sales have been cut in half. So it's not just in China they're struggling with EV sales. Volkswagen's Model Y competitor, the ID.4, has dropped 55% in sales. They only sold 17,000 units in all of 2024. So the Model Y, that is down in sales, still sold 22 times more units than their competitor from Volkswagen. Let's see how many news outlets are going to make headlines about Volkswagen's 52% drop in EV sales in the US. Probably no one, but we will probably see headlines about Tesla's drop in 5%, but it's still outselling everyone else. You can even combine everyone else, and they still just only beat Tesla, as Tesla still sits on about 49% of the BEV market. So almost half of every EV sold in the US is still a Tesla. But the media and a lot of the haters and the Tesla Qs, of course, are trying to paint this as a very negative thing. But everyone else combined with their 58 EV models on this list from Kelley Blue Book, does only just beat Tesla's 5 models. And another little detail is, of course, that Tesla still sits on 100% of the profits made on EVs in the US. A little detail, but a very important one. But you will not hear that from any news outlet, because that will throw some big shadows on the legacy automakers' EV sales, right? But let's see if the mainstream media will make stories about Tesla down 5% or Volkswagen down 52%. But 2024 did not become the year where the competition came for Tesla either. I wonder if the Tesla haters are ever going to give up on this notion that the competition is coming, because we have been hearing about it for more than a decade now. It's getting kind of old. Here is just one example from January 2015, so exactly 10 years ago. GM's 200-mile electric car for $30,000. Rest in peace, Tesla. What most people really want to know is the impact to Tesla. In brief, it is brutal. This is margin compression 101. So, Anton, let me show you the brutal impact GM's Bolt had on Tesla. This is the Bolt against the Tesla Model Y in 2024. Yeah, okay, not fair, as GM has killed the Bolt, so I guess the Bolt was not the Tesla killer that Anton predicted, but got killed by Tesla. So let's compare all of GM's EV model in 2024 against just the Tesla Model Y in sales in the US in 2024. Okay, still don't really see that rest in peace Tesla on this chart either. Okay, we're probably just looking at it wrong. Let's see Tesla sales in the US from this article was written until today. That should show us exactly the impact of the Bolt and the rest of the competition for that matter on Tesla's sales. Okay, so since this article, Tesla sales in the US has gone up over 37-fold. That's awkward. Well, when did GM's Tesla killer come to the market? Well, that was in December 2016, so real production started in 2017. That is when Tesla sales really started to take off. That's awkward. But Tesla is down from 2023 to 2024 loss. You have to admit, it's all over now for Tesla in the US, right? Only one way from here on out. Well, I remember all the haters saying the same thing in 2019, when Tesla sales were down in the US after their crazy rise. And we had headlines like the demand for Tesla cars has fallen off a cliff. And then they grew even faster the year after. That's awkward. But then the Tesla Q came out again in 2021 saying, look, Tesla sales have stalled in the US because of all the competition. But then Tesla grew even faster than ever before in 2022. Now that's awkward. And now we are seeing the same thing again. So I have a funny feeling that history is going to repeat itself again in 2025, that Tesla will grow once again. So trying to get any meaningful information out of all these Tesla haters and Tesla Qs and mainstream medias, I'm sorry, but we have a decade of track record showing that they have been wrong about Tesla every single step of the way. And the crazy thing is, there are still people listening to them. And we fanboys are supposed to be the deluded ones, right? So, to be very clear, no, the competition that should have come for Tesla, that we have been hearing about for over a decade, has not really had any impact on Tesla's sales whatsoever. They have only helped Tesla with their mission to accelerate the transition to EVs. The real competition is, of course, the ICE cars, right? But in terms of BEV competition, there is still nothing out there in the US. Even if we look at Tesla's EV that so many people also said would never be made and was only a stock pump and the ugly triangle that nobody even want to buy anyway. Well, you should expect that the Tesla haters had learned from all their mistakes through the last decade, but no, because Tesla's Cybertruck did become the best-selling electric pickup truck in the US in 2024. Not only that, it was the 5th best-selling electric car overall. So if we should listen to people like Fred Lambert from Electric, who has been out saying that the Tesla Cybertruck sales in 2024 was a disaster, well, that means that all EV model sales in the US are a disaster, because there's only 2 other non-Tesla EVs that does it better. That's awkward. So I think it's pretty fair to say people that have been saying Tesla Cybertrucks are a disaster have been proven wrong. And this was the first year of production, and it even beat the mighty Ford F-150 Lightning. If we should talk about a disaster, we might want to look at Rivian's pickup truck, the R1T, which sales has been cut in half in 2024. I have been into a Rivian R1T. It's a very nice and capable electric pickup truck. I like it. But they are down 44% in sales of the R1T pickup truck in 2024. And only sold 11,000 units. So can someone explain to me how the Cybertruck sales of almost 40,000 units is a disaster? I just don't get it. It sold almost 4 times as many units as the Rivian R1T. Or if we look at GM's competitor to the Cybertruck, as we looked at the Bolt that was supposed to kill Tesla all on its own, well, the Silverado EV sold 7,428 units. So the Cybertruck sold almost 6 times as many units as GM's electric pickup truck. And GM started deliveries of their EV pickup truck in Q3 2023, so before the Cybertruck, that delivered 10 units in December 2023. But Tesla has been able to ramp up their production of their pickup truck with all their new innovations up to 6 times faster than GM. That's awkward. The Cybertruck is just embarrassing the old legacy automakers, not only because it has 48-volt architecture, steer-by-wire, 1 gigabit Ethernet, and is tougher than anything the other guys have, or that it has beaten them all in electric pickup truck sales. The only one getting close is the F-150 Lightning, but it has also sold more than GM's 8 other EV models. Take your pick. The Blazer EV, the Equinox, the Cadillac Lyriq, the Bolt. None of GM's EV models has sold as many units as the Cybertruck in 2024. None of Volkswagen EVs has sold as much as the Cybertruck. None of Audi, BMW, Mercedes EVs has sold as many as the Cybertruck. Audi and Mercedes didn't even sell as many units as the Cybertruck with all their EV models in 2024 in the US. None of the Japanese automakers has sold as many EVs totally in 2024 in the US as the Cybertruck did on its own. And don't forget, when we are comparing Tesla sales numbers to the old legacy automakers, Tesla sales numbers are actually sales numbers to their customers, but the other guys are just sales to their dealerships. So we don't have GM's inventory number yet for Q4 2024, but from Q3 2023 to Q3 2024, GM's inventory went up 184,000 units. So that makes their sales of 7,400 Silverado EVs seems a little less impressive. We don't know how many of those are still in dealership lots, but we know that Tesla's almost 40,000 Cybertrucks are all in the hands of customers. So no, the competition has not yet arrived for Tesla in the US. But Tesla, on the other hand, has embarrassed the old legacy automakers with their Cybertruck they said would never be made or was just for Silicon Valley people. Take that, Elon Musk.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Well, the story hasn't changed for Tesla over a decade. The haters still think the competition is coming, and Tesla continues to dominate. And in 2025, Tesla will, for the first time ever, actually enter the more affordable market with 2 new models. I think the competition is coming in 2025, but that will be in the form of Tesla, that is coming for GM's affordable EV models, not the other way around. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.